Let's just do one. George borrowed $2,500 for a computer. You can get computer loans nowadays. Like a car loan, I guess they're about as expensive as a car for some people. The bank offered 8.5% for 3 years of monthly payments. Okay. So I guess question number one is, A, how much is the required payment? How much is R? That's easy. So you set up your little formula. Principal is equal to your required payment times n divided by little r, 1 minus all this mess. You plug in what you know. Do I know the principal for this loan?
Yes.
Yeah, it's $2,500. Do I know the required payment? Yeah, leave that alone. N is usually 12 for monthly payments. It's always going to be 12. I can't think of any other types of payments, but interest rate is 0.085. Kind of high, but that's what happens when you buy things like computers that can get stolen and whatnot, broken easily. 1 minus, parentheses, 1 plus, 0.085, divided by 12, raised to the
36.
It's going to be 3 years times 12, which would be negative 36. I'd rather you get used to that exponent being the number of months you're going to be making these payments. You're going to be making 36, well, George here is going to be making 36 payments. So again, same thing. Type all this junk into your calculator and get a number. Oops. Yes? If we divide it, you get the required payment is equal to
$78.
78.
92.
I heard two answers, 91 and 92. Which one?
92.
92? All right. This is per month. This is how much he's going to pay for 3 years. And if he does this payment plan, he will be done paying for his computer in 3 years. Woohoo. But George here is kind of smart. Sure, he took the loan out, but let's say he won the lottery. He won like $5,000 in a lottery, and he figures, well, I'll just pay off this loan and not have these monthly payments anymore. So, part B. George won $5,000. He won enough money that he wants to pay off his loan. Okay, fine. After 1 year of payments. In other words, 12 payments. He made 12 payments on this mortgage, and then he won $5,000, and he figures, oh, I'll just dump it on the loan. So the question is, how much is the principal, or the balance, after 12 payments? Now this is not well, it's sort of precise, but you have to be really careful. When you start paying off a loan, even a day will earn interest. So if you paid it a couple days late or a couple days early, it does affect the interest. So I'm just being really precise. We're making a payment and it's going to be a month early, or in this case, 24 months early. So how much is the balance after 12 payments? What you have to know is not how many you paid. You have to know how many you have left. This is much more important. So when you're paying off a loan, You don't care how many you've already paid. That's not going to help you. You cannot, let me tell you right away, you cannot take $79, multiply it by 12, and subtract that from $2,500. That does not work because what is built into every payment? Interest. And we don't know how much interest. And if you remember that amortization, every time we went down the line, the interest got smaller and smaller, just by a little bit. So each one of those payments doesn't even have the same amount of interest built into it. So the only way to deal with this is to go back to your formula. And pretend you have a new loan. And this new loan has a 24-month period on it instead of a 36. What do I know about this new loan? Well, do I know the principal?
Yes.
No. I made 12 months of payments on this thing. My principal is not $2,500 anymore. I have reduced that. Remember that amortization, that principal is going to come down and come down and come down. So I have no clue how much is left to pay on this loan. Like I said, you cannot take that $79 and just multiply it by 12 and subtract it away, even though people try to do that. You can't. It just doesn't work. So I have no clue what principal is. Do I know the required payment?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's down there. 78.92. It's still going to be 12. The interest rate is still 0.085. 1 minus 1 plus 0.085 over 12 raised to the. This is where you have to think. You're making a new loan. You know your payment, and you're just looking for the principal. How many months am I going to pay this loan?
24.
24 months left, so this will be negative 24.
So you gonna do negative 24 times 12?
So just type this in your calculator and you get your answer of how much is left on his loan.
1736.
How much?
1736.
36.20. So if he does this precisely, and he wants to pay off his loan after the 12th payment, this is all he owes the bank.